Can you give an example where you saw somebody who was Arab, any type of Arab, where something bad happened to them and you felt sympathy, empathy?
Of course.
No, give an example.
I can give you an example for one thing, but
yeah, one
if
example. If
someone is suffering, I feel sympathy for him. I don't care if he's Arab or Israeli.
Okay. Can you give me an example of some that happened?
No, because I didn't saw too many Arab sufferers,
on the news or something?
I don't. For the last 3 years, I didn't know the news.
Okay.
I don't have any example.
No. Can you give an example of a time you saw somebody who was Arab who was hurt or something bad happened to them, and you felt sympathy, either on the news or in real life?
On the news, I don't watch the news very frequently.
So in real life, let's say.
In real life, I never saw this kind of situation.
Okay.
On TV, maybe sometime I did saw.
Were you in the army? Like in
for 2 years,
but not in the West Bank or anything like that. Okay. תנו דוגמה למתי ראית ערבי, כאילו יכול להיות פה, בחדשות, לא משנה, שנפגע או משהו קרה לו, והרגשתם סימפתיה, הרגשתם כאילו אמפתיה.
כל הזמן.
כמו מה? דוגמה, כן, אישית.
אישית לא נפגשתי, להפך, אני אגיד את הצד השני, שאנחנו חברים טובים, אז אפשר לקיים ככה, אפשר...
אוקיי, אבל פעם ראיתם חדשות וראיתם מקרה של משהו והרגשתם...
אין ספק שהמצב של ערביי ישראל פה בארץ הוא לא קל. הוא לא קל, במיוחד ככל שאתה משכיל, אתה מבין את הפערים. אז ברור שאנחנו מרגישים אמפתיה ורוצים לראות את הדברים האלה אחרינו. אבל זה גם, האמת היא שזה קשור לכל אוכלוסייה, גם אם זו אוכלוסייה ישראלית או אתיופית או שהיא נפגעת, אז יש לזה אמפתיה. זה לא עובר מעל הראש, אין פה אכזרים.
יש לך עוד מה להוסיף, כאילו משהו שראית פעם, לא יודע.
אתה שומע בחדשות, אין ספק שצריך מה לעשות.
תני דוגמה, זה כאילו משהו ספציפי.
דוגמה, לא, אין לי משהו ספציפי.
נגיד שראית משהו בעזה, או ראית משהו בסוריה.
לא, ראיתי את הסרט של שלומי אלדר לדוגמה.
מה זה?
שלומי אלדר שהוא לוקח ילדה פלסטינאית. אז אתה כן מזדהה עם המצוקות שלהם. אבל יש מצוקות פה ומצוקות שם, וצריך למצוא את שביל הזהב.
נגיד מקרה שראית בחדשות או בחיים מישהו ערבי שהרגשת כאילו שקרה לו משהו רע והרגשת סימפתיה, אמפתיה, כאילו הרגשת כאילו מסכן.
למה אתה לא שואל על יהודים קרה לו משהו רע מערבי?
כי השאלה הספציפית באה ממישהו מחול, ספציפי הזה. יש לי עוד שאלות ליהודים.
זה מעניין של יהודי. אז
We'll get back to that.
לפני דת ומקום ורגש, אני חושב על קודם כל שהוא בן אדם. ואם קורה לו משהו באמת רע, אז לא מגיע לו. באמת יש מצבים שאני רואה ערבי שקורה לו משהו שבאמת לא מגיע לו והוא חף מפשע, אז אני אומר, וואי, באמת, לא מתאים.
Can you give an example? It's a question from outside of Israel. Can you give an example of seeing someone who's Arab who you felt sympathy for? Something bad happened to them and you felt sympathy or empathy?
Actually just did. There's a famous Israeli singer, Mira Awad, maybe you've heard of her. She was in the Eurovision. Mm-hmm. She just posted a post on Facebook about when you do a security check in the airport, you get a sticker, a small sticker. Mm-hmm. It used to be with different colors, like for different color for Arabs. Mm-hmm. So now it's not different colors, it's only different size. But since she's famous, she was recognized, yeah, she's not a threat, so they changed her sticker to something, more Jewish. Yeah, and that's just happened right now.
Okay, can you give an example of seeing someone who's Arab who is hurt and feeling sympathy for them?
Yeah, of course. In every bombing action that we do, and if someone that is not connected to that issue was hurt, then yeah.
Like a civilian or a child?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you give an example of, you can both answer, of seeing someone who's Arab who was hurt or something bad happened to them, and you felt sympathy.
Can you say again? I'm like,
Okay.
my English is not that good.
Okay, I'll explain in Hebrew first. תן דוגמה של ראית פעם ערבי, יכול להיות בטלוויזיה, יכול להיות בחיים אמיתיים, שמשהו קרה להם והרגשת סימפתיה, אמפתיה, הרגשת כאילו, כאילו...
Yes, of course, there was this lynch that kids did to an Arab kid. It was published in the news.
In Jerusalem.
Papers. Yeah, I read about it in the papers. Very hard to hear about it. Kids say that he should die because he's Arab. No, it's always happens. I always hear about it. In the army, I heard about it. People that treat our people, soldiers. I heard about soldier that comes to Arabs in the mall and said to them, "Go away."
And what did you feel?
Feel bad, you know. It's wrong, you know. You don't need to treat people that way because of his culture. You know, how we mourn.
Okay. Do you have a...
Actually, I've heard also in the news, but I haven't seen like in live something like this. But
Like what? Can you give an example?
in the news, I've heard the lynch talked about. I've heard about soldiers that do stuff for Arabs. That's all I've heard. I haven't heard a lot.
Okay. Give an example of seeing שראיתם ערבי שהוא...
I understand
Okay,
English.
sorry.
I don't.
Of seeing an Arab who was hurt and you felt sympathy for them.
Yes.
Give an example.
Mostly in the West Bank.
Like can you give a specific?
We are in the army.
Okay.
We're soldiers.
Mhm.
And
Like what did you see that you felt sympathy?
I remember when we were in Hebron and we saw, we were walking ליד מערת המכפלה, and there's this betonada, like
The separation,
Yeah.
concrete separator.
concrete.
Yeah.
that like separates the street for Arabs and Jews. And
Yep.
we were walking, and there were kids walking right on the other side of that wall, and we really felt bad for them. We felt like it was, I don't know.
It was it's a very small thing, but the path for the Jews was quite wide, and the path for the Arabs was freaking narrow.
Yeah.
And in Hebron there are about 150,000 Arabs, if I'm not mistaken.
And something like 800 Jews.
Yes. And again, in all the West Bank, it's a military kind of regime, you say, shtar. And us as soldiers, we must protect the Jews. That's the main.
That's the goal. That's what you're there
That's
for.
the goal. Although that most of the times, to my opinion, the Jews are not deserved this kind of protection.
The settler Jews.
To what they do to the Arab population in the West Bank.